Are you tired of thinking about them, but somehow still thinking about them all day? I mean, really tired. Not fake tired, not, ugh, this again. I'm talking about exhausted. You wake up, they're there. You check your phone, they're there. You hear a song, they're there. You're trying to work, drive, eat, function like a normal person, and your brain keeps dragging you back into the same movie. Why did they do that? Did they ever love me? Will they come back? Why am I still stuck? Why can't I just move on already? Look, people keep asking me how to stop thinking about someone, and the answer is not what most people think, because the problem usually isn't that you miss them. The problem is your mind thinks there's still something unfinished. That's the hook. That's why it keeps replaying them. Think about this for a second. Your mind is not always replaying love. Sometimes it's replaying confusion. Sometimes it's replaying rejection. Sometimes it's replaying the part where something didn't make sense. You didn't get closure. You didn't get honesty. You didn't get consistency. You got mixed signals, distance, crumbs, silence, maybe one more message followed by coldness. So now your brain keeps going back like a detective at a crime scene. What happened here? What did I miss? If I think long enough, maybe I'll solve it. That's why you can't stop thinking about them. It's not weakness, it's unfinished emotional business. And here's the truth moment. You do not heal by solving every mystery. You heal by accepting that some people are the mystery. That's hard, because part of you still believes if you could just understand them, you'd be free. Honestly, sometimes understanding them changes nothing. Sometimes the answer is simple. They were inconsistent. They were emotionally unavailable. They liked attention more than intimacy. They wanted connection on their terms. They cared some but not enough. And your mind hates simple, painful truths, so it prefers complicated theories. Now, let me tell you something important. Thinking about them is often doing a job. It may be protecting you from grief, because if you stop thinking, then you start feeling. And feeling is scary. If you stop analyzing them, you may feel loneliness. You may feel anger. You may feel humiliation. You may feel the loss for real. So the mind says, no, let's just think about them again. That loop can go on for months, even years. So how do you break it? First, stop treating every thought like an emergency. Just because they popped into your head doesn't mean it means anything. It means you have a memory, that's it. You don't have to investigate every memory. You don't need to ask, why now? You don't need to stare at the ceiling and reopen the case. Thought comes in, you notice it, and let it pass. That's power. Second, stop feeding the loop with contact, checking, stalking, decoding. I mean, some people say they want to stop thinking about someone while checking their socials 3 times a day. Come on, that's like trying to heal a wound while scratching it every morning. You can't do both. Third, give your mind something real to build. A lot of obsession happens in empty space. No direction, no purpose, no movement. Then the mind goes backward. So fill your life, walk more, train more, work more, create more, talk to better people, learn something, build income, clean your room, handle your life. Momentum weakens obsession. By the way, if this is helping you, like the video, follow the channel, subscribe, and share it with someone whose brain is still trapped in that loop. A lot of people need this more than they admit. Now, let's go deeper. Sometimes you're not thinking about them. You're thinking about who you were with them. That version of you, hopeful you, excited you, desired you, alive you. And that's why letting go feels scary. It feels like losing yourself. But hear me clearly. They did not create that version of you. They activated it. There's a difference. What they activated still exists in you. Love, energy, depth, passion, warmth. That wasn't theirs. It was yours. So stop acting like they walked away with your soul in their pocket. They walked away with themselves. You still have you. Another truth. Some people stay in your head because they wounded your ego, not just your heart. You can't believe they chose distance. You can't believe they moved on. You can't believe they gave less than you gave. So now part of the obsession is pride pain. That's normal, but don't confuse wounded pride with eternal love. Big difference. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If they came back today exactly the same patterns, same inconsistency, same confusion, would you really want that? Or do you want a fantasy version that doesn't exist? Be honest. Many people don't miss the person, they miss the possibility. And possibility is addictive. Real life is clearer. Look, you may still think about them tomorrow. That doesn't mean failure. You may still think about them next month. Still not failure. Healing is not never thinking about them again. Healing is when the thought no longer runs your day. Healing is when their name enters your mind and doesn't hijack your nervous system. Healing is when curiosity becomes indifference. Healing is when you stop asking if they'll come back because you came back to yourself. That's the shift. And it happens gradually, quietly. One day you notice you went 3 hours without thinking of them, then a whole morning, then a weekend. Then you hear their name and nothing dramatic happens. That's how it goes. Not fireworks, freedom in inches. So if you're in this right now, breathe. You're not the only one. Read the comments on my videos. Thousands of people know this exact pain. And most of them heal. Most of them get their mind back. Most of them laugh one day that they gave so much mental rent to someone so ordinary. If you need personal help getting unstuck, you can book a one-on-one session through the link in my bio, or contact me through Pop Call for chat, voice, or video. And tonight, when they pop in your mind again, don't panic. Just remember, a thought is not a leash. You don't have to follow it.